interested to see how it's executed. But one thing about Yums is that watching him for many seasons now, he is capable of coming up with heroes that are not conventional, but it works. So yeah, I'm interested to see now.
Yeah, and I guess like if there's any other pick that I can call that actually makes a lot of sense is actually the Kai, because the moment that the Fanny moves right in, you can just pin somebody down with the Hurricane through the wall. So I think like Badang kind of locks somebody in for only a slight moment, but how long can you actually hold this Fanny out? Or perhaps they have a very different approach on how they really want to play this composition. So I would say let that man cook, and I just want to be wild if this Badang actually succeeds. If it's not, like, we can just say, okay, this is something that they need to shelf before they get into the regular season.
Okay, at least, okay, I saw a swap earlier on before we switched the screen. So the Ginevera is going to be the Rome instead. I mean, that is also not something that we see all the time. But we have seen it played by Stone before with a win. So it is possible in this tournament, I'm saying. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into the game directly. This is going to be game number 2 between Yudu Red Giants and RSG FY.
Stormsky wastes no time to actually go in for the invade. I don't think that it's going to be doing all too much in order to stop this orange buff take. But getting just about enough vital information right now. They're actually looking to hop on board to chase down against Stormsky, but they will eventually let him go instead. Well, just to also be on the right note as well, it's actually Yumsky on that Guinevere, so that actually makes a whole lot more sense.
Yeah, I just pointed that out as well, because Stone played that too with a win in this tournament. So yeah, it is doable. This would, like what you said, makes a lot more sense. It was Badang on the roaming role that I would have a lot of questions there. But anyway, so it is what it is right now. But the good thing is that they had the Badang as the pocket pick towards the end, so at least that is somewhat an answer towards the Fanny. But looks like Bonzi is going to be happy to take the first blood.
And that was a perfect catch on the dot, and now Yumsky will be trying to lock down this player right below, but a Grok being Grok, it's not going to be easy for them to actually chunk down. And Yumsky pretty much stuck. He will have to force a dive onto Lolios. And here we go. The Fanny has already arrived to the scene, just slicing through, getting another pickoff for RSG.
Wow, but now we might see the revenge coming in. It's going to be Skies onto Izanami. That's going to be the first one for Yudu Red Giant. So a little bit of a trade there. He came at the right timing because the tunnel is up.
It's also pretty interesting to see that there's a couple of these unnecessary takeoffs, which just leads to Yudu Giants losing that tempo and just gives a lot more room for RSGMY to just go in for that full collapse. It's already 3-1, and I'm just looking at the top side of the jungle where every single time that they try to cut in for rotation, there is always going to be answers coming in from Bonzi now that he's already 2-0.
Yeah, so now 2-0 for Bonzi. I mean, R-Lot is scalable. The moment you got the final slash, and that is scalable towards the late game as well, depending on what kind of build that he wants to go. He can go either for damage, or he wants to go 50-50, or even full defense. But I do expect Bonzi to go like for a full defense, because they got the no-go who can dish out the damage, and obviously Lolius as well. So it's good amount of options there. They just need to protect Lolius, dishing out the free damage, and that's cool.
Going for a little bit more of a failing attempt of Sekis in order to chase down Izanami. Not much that they can basically do to actually salvage him, because he's way too far deep in the enemy lines and will have to give his own life for it.
Yeah, not only that, he took some damage from the turret as well, so that kind of not help him and help RSG instead. So that was a good one there. But now Yums onto the back line. on to his opponent there, that is Storm. But no big moves, I must say. But speaking about big moves, look at the jungle invasion by RSG and Y.
Yeah, this hyper mobility coming out of Fanny is now giving them a huge positioning, and they're just pulling off this Lofaria, an easy killing spree, but finally the lockdown comes true for Yumski to shut him out completely under the turret.
Yeah, that's what he's been looking for. Underneath the turret, at least is a trade there. So I would say that it is probably a slight loss towards RCMY because they lost a jungler. They traded back for a mid laner instead. But keep your eye on the bottom lane right now. So we got Storm at the forefront together with Civ, and Yums goes in, but they are engaging a tank. So that is not the one that they want to start the fight with. And Bonzi comes in all alone, but a flicker not far enough for him to get away. Bonzi has backup though from Storm. Storm comes in, and immediately Skies backs off. Everyone resets.
They get a clear vision with the Astral Recall and now setting their eyes onto the turtle. But a lot of all these areas are being blocked off by this Grok as well, so they have complete control over the bottom side. Whereas there's just not much of a clear entry point. Sekis, after he gets himself that orange, but you look at something while the pickoff is happening, they will have to let Barnes go. Flicker, but it's not enough to take him down. He does survive. Bonzi now at risk of falling through. Not much mana or even the health left. Yumski spots out Stormski as well. It is a lot of room and space created for Super Civ to get a push over the top side. But here comes Vinogo.
Oh, Vinogo now with the steel cables, but he is alone on the right side. Still waiting for the right moment though, so he needs to get information at least. Lolius on the left side. Oh, that steel cable did not connect, unfortunately for him. He'll definitely go down right now. Vinogo is in trouble, but still managed to get away. Lucky enough, he had the purple buff. So the steel cable saved his life there, and now the fight's not over yet. The bottom lane Gorgeous comes in, and at the same time, Yums takes out Lolius. But look at the turtle, Vinogo will take it away instead.
Yeah, that's just a little bit of a consolation of a 1-for-1 trade, and Zakis or Zaku still have to give up his life for it. So at the same time, like RSGMY, they have that huge target priority on that objective. They still get the turtle, so they are currently still in the driver's seat. What a huge comeback statement after a loss in the game one, and now with a little bit more of a discomfort of a draft for Udo Red Giants. They are still trying to make things work here. Though, right now, there's not much of a point to actually go over onto the side of Stormski, as he's just getting beefier and beefier by the minute. Sekis now will have to deal with two. Now, with 3 members collapsing upon them, it's not going to be all too easy, especially with a little bit more pressure coming from Vinogo. He will get that free access onto that orange buff. Reverend is here though. Can he actually retreat away? It won't be the case, as that will be a way too swift coming in from Vinogo.
Yeah, Vinogo getting away with that last tick of health, but mission accomplished as he got the orange buff. But look at the top lane, Lawless. Super duper low, gotta be careful right now. Zach QT. Sastro Recall being blocked out by Storm. So now his teammate is A-OK for now. Lawless survives.
Bonzi still giving chase. They know that this is the target they will have to actually pick off. But he's stepping over the line, and that's 3 to 4 members of Udo Red Giants forcing him to flicker away.
Here we go, 15 more seconds before the next Lord comes out. This is definitely going to be a challenge for both these teams now. 3K goal difference, not going to be that far, so both teams potentially could challenge for the Lord. Expect them to do so. Looking at their current positions, I would say they will go there at some point.
Yeah, and it will be a little bit more of a standstill for Udo Red Giants right now until the rest of RGMY make certain advancements, and this Grok is being a little bit of a nuisance for them. Every single time that they want to enter a fight, they have to keep in mind that this wall charge can just disrupt their tempo. Now RGMY will bait the rest of Udo Red Giants into a fight that they don't really want to take at this given point.
Yeah, because it's a 50-50 Lord dance, right? So whoever who loses this fight immediately loses the Lord. That's definitely the case. You can see Yums at the back line onto Storm, but they're just trading blows with each other. Nothing major for now. Bonsky coming in all alone, taking a little bit of damage there. Bonsky looks like he's in trouble. He's been locked in by Yums, and Bonsky will go down to Gorgeous, but Venogo takes out the goal laner Sif, and that's a good trade there, but Yums gets one back itself, and Yums sacrificed. And now they will lose the Roma. And who is going to open up the space right now? Because there's still Storm there at the front.
Yeah, it's still a 2-for-2 trade, and in that fight itself, Bornzy did not have Flicker, so Red Giants, they have definitely kept that in mind from that early scuffle that they had, and immediately go in for the Arlott instead. And Sekis, if they get this pick right now, it will be pretty huge. It will steer away a lot more of that pressure of the Lord, where this is a very long extended trade. Well, charts already being utilized, and Zach Beauty will be able to flicker away, and we'll be able to find him. Fonzie makes a huge mistake by diving into the turret, giving his life away. Now this is going to be a 5 versus 4, but this is the Fanny dealing enough damage, and she's still diving with turrets.
What?
My word!
How?
Beautiful maniac! 5, but no.
How? Oh my goodness, Venogo, how did he get away with that? He was still cabling under that turret. He should have gone down.
It just happened in a blink of an eye. Nobody expected that damage coming in from Venogo. It's about 2 cables, and that did the trick. A total annihilation, and now with the Lord, have definitely silenced the entirety of Red Giants.
I mean, we did talk about Venogo's assassin gameplay with the Lancelot yesterday, but this is a whole new level here that we're talking about. Venogo, an assassin master, I must say. Really swift on the moves there. But now let's see if we can continue on the snowball against Red Giants. Now RSG and Y, they have the goal advantage.
Yeah, they just really have to hold on for dear life for now. Luckily enough, this is not an empowered board, so they can still basically wither it down very, very swiftly. So no inhibitors just yet. Wall charge does not really hit, and here goes the call to engage. But the moment that Gorgeous sets foot outwards, it will be punished alongside with Sif, and here comes the Fanny. Oh, Venogo. The moment that he appears, he will leave a trace of dust in their face. RSGMY, with a very different tempo in this play, breaks open the base.
Who says is a no-go? This is a very yes-go as he arrives right now onto the back line. A lot of damage onto Yums, and there's nothing much that Yums can do. He's taking a good amount of damage, but he gets away with it easily. Not going to be a problem. Only Gorgeous left. What is he going to do here? Now he has Super Sip together with him, together with ZQT. They will end this fight, but Gorgeous taken up by Lolias. One last hit to go, and RSGMY not backing down, bringing us to game number 3.
1-1, and finally we have ourselves a full series here within the MPL